ever have one of those nights where your pillow's soft, the blanket's warm, your eyes are tired, but your brain decides it wants to throw a party?
Yeah.
You're lying there, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly your mind wants to remind you of that thing you forgot to do in 1993. That's always fun. If you're over 60, and especially if you live alone, those nights aren't just annoying. They're exhausting, and they stack up. One bad night turns into 3, turns into a whole week of dragging through the day like you're stuck in slow motion. I've talked to enough folks to know this isn't rare. It's common. Too common. But here's the part most people don't realize. A lot of your sleep problems, they start on your plate. No, I'm not saying you ate something cursed. I'm saying there are simple, natural foods that can make a real difference. Foods that calm your body, quiet your brain, and help you sleep like you did back when you still had to set an alarm clock. And today, I'm gonna walk you through 5 of them. Just 5. But each one is backed by real science, and more importantly, real stories from real people I've worked with. Let's start with the little green guy, kiwi. Now listen, kiwi doesn't look like a hero. It's fuzzy. It's small. It rolls off the counter when you're not looking. But don't let that fool you. Kiwi is full of serotonin, which helps your body make melatonin. That's the hormone that says, hey, it's bedtime. Melatonin naturally drops as you get older. That's part of the problem. But kiwi gives your body a gentle nudge in the right direction. Take Sam, for example, 78, widower, lives in a small town in Idaho, called me up and said, I haven't slept through the night since my wife passed. I wake up at 2 a.m. like clockwork. We tried something simple, 2 kiwis, 1 hour before bed. Nothing else changed. No new mattress, no herbal sprays, no chanting. 1 week later, Sam called again. His voice was different, lighter, happier. He said, I slept till 6:30 this morning, straight through. Didn't even get up to pee. That's not magic. That's kiwi. So if you've got some lying around, or next time you're at the store, grab a few. Might be the best dollar you spend all week. Next up, tart cherry juice. Not the sweet kind. Not the kind in pies. I'm talking about tart cherries. The sour ones that make your lips twitch. These things are packed with natural melatonin. And unlike supplements, your body actually knows what to do with it. There's a woman I know, Patricia, 82. Lives alone in a little house in Georgia. She's sharp, still drives. But she told me her nights were miserable. Said her sleep was so broken, she felt like she was raising a newborn all over again. I told her to try tart cherry juice. Morning and evening. About half a glass each time. She was doubtful. Said, if cherries fix sleep, I'd be president by now. 2 weeks in, she wrote me an email. Big bold letters. I slept 8 hours. She said it felt like someone hit the reset button on her brain. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't like taking pills, tart cherries might be your best friend. Just make sure it's the unsweetened kind. No sugar bombs. We're helping sleep, not spiking your blood. Third on the list, bananas. Now I know bananas are about as exciting as a sock. They're everywhere. They're plain. They bruise if you look at them funny. But let me tell you, bananas are powerful. They've got magnesium and potassium, which help your muscles relax. They've also got tryptophan, which helps your brain make, you guessed it, serotonin and melatonin. One guy I talked to, Jorge, 76, used to be a firefighter. Said he never had sleep issues back in the day. But now, said his legs would twitch like a jumping bean, and his brain wouldn't shut up. We added 1 banana, just 1, after dinner. Not blended, not fried, just peeled and eaten. A week later, he told me, I fell asleep watching the news. Didn't even make it to the weather report. That's the goal, right? Bananas are easy. They're gentle on the stomach. And they don't leave you groggy like a sleeping pill does. Plus, they're cheaper than most of those weird teas on TV. Next, walnuts. I know, not everyone loves walnuts. They're a little bitter. They get stuck in your teeth. But they're full of melatonin, tryptophan, and omega-3s. That's a triple threat for sleep. Elaine, 79, was eating cookies before bed. Said it made her feel cozy. But the sugar crashes were wrecking her nights. Up and down, We swapped the cookies for a handful of walnuts. Nothing fancy, just plain walnuts. Took about 5 days. Then she called me and said, "I didn't even realize I slept through the night until the sun came through the blinds." That's the kind of thing you don't notice when you're young. But when you're older and living alone, a full night's sleep is like winning the lottery. So if you've got a jar of walnuts tucked away for holidays, maybe crack it open tonight. Just a small handful. That's all you need. Last but not least, chamomile tea. I know. Everybody talks about chamomile. You've probably tried it before. Maybe it didn't work. Or maybe you just didn't give it time. Chamomile has something called apigenin. It helps calm your brain and get it ready for sleep. But it's not a knockout punch. It's more like a lullaby. Think of chamomile like the porch light slowly dimming. It tells your body, "Hey, the day's over. Let's power down." Diane, 84, retired school principal, smart as a whip, said she had no trouble falling asleep, but she'd wake up at 1:30 a.m. every night and just stay awake. I asked her to make a ritual. Chamomile tea. Lights off. No TV. Just silence and the warm cup. Same time every night. After a week, she said something I'll never forget. "I finally made it to sunrise without seeing the clock glow red. It's not dramatic. It's not exciting. But it works." All right, let's wrap this up. 5 foods. All simple. All natural. All tested by real people with real sleep problems. Kiwi to help boost your body's natural sleep hormones. Tart cherry juice to give you gentle melatonin support. Bananas to relax your muscles and settle your system. Walnuts to feed your brain and help you stay asleep. Chamomile tea to calm your nerves and ease you into rest. None of these are magic bullets, but together, they make a big difference. And if you're someone who's been waking up tired, feeling foggy, or just plain worn out, don't give up. Don't say, "Well, I guess this is what aging feels like." Because no, it doesn't have to be that way. Start with one change. Just one. Maybe it's a banana tonight. Maybe it's a cup of tea. Try it for a week. See what happens. And if it works for you, leave a comment. I mean it. Somebody out there is watching this at 2 a.m., desperate for a good night's sleep, and your story might give them hope. If this helped, hit that like button. Share it with someone who's been struggling. And if you want more tips like this, real talk without the hype, go ahead and subscribe. We're in this together. Aging doesn't mean giving up on rest. It means getting smarter about what helps. So sleep well tonight. You've earned it.